Wow, 8-year-old Nancy Drew exclaimed. This might be the best fall festival River Heights Elementary School has ever had. Nancy walked under the multi-colored balloon arch that divided the school parking lot from the athletics field. Her best friend George, Fane, and Bess Marvin followed her under the arch and over to the ticket booth. You'd never guess I played soccer on this field just yesterday, George commented, looking around her. The decorating committee did a great job. She pointed past Nancy to some small stands covered with blinking bright lights. The arcade game booths are sitting where a soccer goal was in yesterday's game. George winked one brown eye, adding, I know because I scored 3 goals myself. Bess reached up and gave George a high five. She had a stand on her tiptoes because George was a few inches taller than both her and Nancy. Even though Bess and George were first cousins, they did not look very much alike. George had short brown hair and dark chocolate-colored eyes. Bess had shoulder-length blonde hair and blue eyes. Tonight Bess's hair was pulled back in a ponytail. George's was messy and sticking up a bit, like usual. It was your last goal that counted the most, Bess told her cousin, when you stole the ball from Catherine Madison to score the winning point. She cleared her throat. I was screaming so loud I nearly lost my voice. I thought Nancy was going to have a heart attack. She was jumping up and down and acting all crazy. Hey look, Nancy interrupted their recap of George's big game. There is an amusement ride area near the baseball diamond. From where they stood, the girls could see a tilt-a-whirl, a bouncy house, and a roller coaster. Let us go on a roller coaster first, Nancy suggested. I bet we'll have a great view of the whole festival from the top of the first hill. At the ticket booth, the girls each bought a pack of 20 tickets. My mom gave me enough money for a few rides, some arcade games and a hot dog, and a sweet treat, George told the others as she rolled her tickets up tightly and stuffed them into her front pocket. It's so great that the money goes back to the school, since this is a fundraiser, Bess said, shoving her tickets into a small purse she was carrying. Bess and George started walking towards the roller coaster when they noticed Nancy was not with them. Nancy was still standing by the ticket booth, holding her tickets in her hand. Her blue eyes stared off into the distance. Her head was tilted. Her left ear tipped way up and she was clearly listening to something. Nancy, Bess waved her hands in front of her friend's face. Anyone home? Oh, sorry, Nancy said, coming back to earth. She pushed a loose strand of reddish-brown hair behind her ear. I zoned out for a second. Bess and George laughed. We are used to that, George noted with a giggle. You are super smart, fun to hang out with, and an amazing detective, but also easily. George stopped searching for the right word. Distracted, Bess supplied. Exactly, said George, with a nod. You are definitely easily distracted. She looked at Nancy, who was smiling, her head still tipped sideways. What are you listening to? A distraction, Nancy said, grinning. Shush, she put her finger to her lips. Do you hear it? I hear carnival sounds, Bess put in. I hear a whir of the rice, the plop of balls being thrown against metal milk jugs, and Principal Newman announcing that she'll be revealing the winner of the chili cook-off in an in half an hour. She looked at George. What do you hear? I hear the new Best Buddies CD playing over the loudspeaker. George tapped her ear to listen better. Ooh, I love this song. George shook her hips in time to the music and mouthed the words. I asked my mom to get me this CD for Christmas. Listen closer, Nancy told her friends. Silently, the girls stood together, listening to hear whatever it was that Nancy heard. Ugh, Bess suddenly cried. It sounds like someone is singing along with the Best Buddies CD. She plucked her ears. And whoever it is, they stink. She turned to look at George. It's not me, George insisted. I was dancing, not singing. She put her hands on her hips. Besides, I'm not that bad a singer. Come on, Nancy stuck her own tickets in the pocket and grabbed her friend's hands. There, she pointed to a colorful banner. A large black bird was sitting on the top of the banner, squawking along with the music. Wow, that bird is really big. It must be a crow, Nancy remarked. Crows are known to have loud, harsh chirps. This one is the worst. The bird flew away and the girls, giggling, set off towards the first ride they wanted to go on. The bird followed them and landed in a tree near the rocking racing roller coaster. It settled on a high branch and once again started singing, badly. George patted Nancy on the back. You always notice things the rest of us miss. That is why Nancy has the best detective notebook. Bess pointed to a small purple notebook poking out of Nancy's back pocket. It takes teamwork to figure out the most mysteries. Nancy put her arms around her friends. No matter where we are, if there is a mystery to be solved, the clue crew is on the case. I bet there won't be any big mystery tonight. Bess took one last look at the bird with a screeching chirp and added, Let's leave the crow to its singing. It's time to ride the roller coaster. On their way to the ride, the girls saw Deirdre, Shannon, Susie Park, and Natalie Coleman standing near an ice cream vendor counting their tickets. Wow, Bess commented. Those girls have tons of tickets. Yeah, George said quietly. I wonder why they need so many. Nancy shrugged. Come on, let's get on the roller coaster now. There is no line. The girls ran to the gate and were able to hop right into a car on the right. Mrs. Matterhorn, their third-grade math teacher, was taking tickets. One ticket each, please, she told them. She tore their tickets in half, saying, Nice to see you, girls. Then to George she added, I ordered a new computer program for the math lab. If you have time after school Monday, I'd love to show it to you. Mrs. Matterhorn closed the car door and checked their seatbelts. George beamed. She was good at math, but there was nothing she liked more than computers. I'll be there, she called out as the roller coaster carried them high into the air. Check this out, said Nancy as they reached the top of the coaster. You really can see everything from here. Nancy pointed out Deirdre, Susie, and Natalie playing over in the arcade gaming area. Bess saw Hannah Gruen, Nancy's housekeeper, leaning over a pot on the chili cook-off stage. I cannot wait to taste her chili, said George. Hannah is a great cook. Hannah has been trying a new chili recipe at dinner every night for the past 2 weeks, Nancy said, rubbing her belly. Last night I was begging for a pizza. The girls all laughed. They came down the first hill with a zoom and screamed until the end of the ride. That was great, Bess declared when they exited the ride. But if I could invent my own type of roller coaster, it would be bigger, go higher, and flip around more. Maybe the cars could even go sideways. Bess's voice tipped off as she began imagining the possibilities. She loved inventing things. Nancy was about to say that Bess should start working on a faster roller coaster design when she noticed Nat Nickerson, a boy in the fourth grade at the girls' school. He was running at full speed right towards them. Nancy, George, Bess, Nat called out, breathlessly from running across the fairgrounds. Hi, Nat, Nancy greeted him. She liked Nat. He was a good friend. What's up? I'm so glad I found you, Nat said, trying to catch his breath. My festival tickets, they are gone.